Not that long ago, we reviewed the Walabot DIY Plus, and my biggest complaint was that I had to hook my phone to it and hold my phone to it and scan the walls, and that to me was frustrating. Other than that, I really liked it. But then the company reached out to me and said, hey, we really liked your video. Would you like to try out our Walabot DIY 2? Let's see what upgrades the new version has. Cut the little tape on the side, open it up to reveal our new Walabot. So I unboxed and started looking at the units, and I just wanted to point out the very obvious differences. The original one has purple as the main color and then black accent. This one has a black as the main color and the purple accent. Very similar, right? But then I noticed these lines here, and this always means Wi-Fi. So then I looked at the directions. The directions tell us that it came with a charger, which is absolutely different than the original one. The original one came with a cable that connected the Walabot to your phone. Well, this one actually charges. I will say this is significantly heavier, and so that must be the internal battery. Very cool part. USB port on this side, USB-C on this side, and we have a USB-C charger port, which means this absolutely has to communicate wirelessly to your phone. Therefore, you do not have to have your phone attached to it. Awesome upgrade. Let's download the app, maybe it's the same one I already have, and test it out. I decided to plug it in first, and so as soon as I plugged it in, a blue light lit up here and an amberish color light lit up right there. So we're gonna let this charge and then we'll test it out. So the charging light turned off, and now all we have is this blue light right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this, turn it on, and hook it up to my cell phone. I went back to the app, and at the top of the app, it has this Walabot DIY 2 with Wi-Fi, so I've clicked on that. I'm gonna hit start. Of course, we're gonna continue. Now on the back of my DIY 2, it has a QR code, so I'm gonna let my phone read that right now. After I connected through my QR, it told me it wants to do a Wi-Fi pairing. I'm gonna connect. After a few seconds, it asked me if I want to connect to this device, so I'm going to. Transferring the software. I should note that during the transfer process, this light turned to green, which makes me think that it's communicating with the phone. Before we go much further, if you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole lot of products. I specialize in reviewing as seen on TV items. Every once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that aligns with something that you're looking for on the internet, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now let's continue looking at the DIY 2, the newest Walabot stud finder. All right, so let's set this back up. I have the phone over here. It's going to be mirroring, or at least showing everything we're looking at with our Walabot. So we're going to start our fast connection, reconnect. I could have hit the checkbox there and skip that step. I'm going to connect here. My Walabot is on. We are successfully connected. Let's calibrate. Same calibration process on this one as the other one. So we're just going to do circles on the wall. As you can see, calibration is completed. Now we're going to first check the image mode to see what's behind the wall. So let's click that. Start our scan. And scan away. Always remember when you're working, wear your safety gloves. First things we see, well, that's cool. It's the wood stud. Followed by a pipe. Now I will say this pipe is filled with water. If I go up here towards the top, you can see that now I have a metal stud because I have a piece of metal there symbolizing that. Down here at the bottom, however, I have a wooden stud. Now let's go up and see our wire that's in there. That's cool. And then finally, the last stud in the wall. As you can see, this is just as convenient as the other one, except I don't have to hold my phone to it. That is pretty sweet. Now that we tested it out and made sure it worked, I want to try something on the expert mode that looks pretty cool. All right, so we are on expert mode. I'm going to slide this across. You see this line that's on the phone? That is our wire that's there, but watch when I put my hand behind the wall. Pretty sweet. It says nearby objects detected. I think it's awesome. In this video, I was looking at the Walabot DIY 2, their most recent upgrade of their visual stud finder. And the biggest change to this one and previous versions is this one has Wi-Fi. And you heard that correct. That means you cut the cords all together and it is wireless to your phone. That is pretty sweet. It does have an internal battery and they say it lasts up to 5 hours. In my opinion, it's one of the best stud finders out there because you know exactly what you're looking at behind the wall, whether it's a metal stud, wooden stud, wires, pipes, or even living creatures. Now, let's get to the price. It's a premium product, so it also comes with a premium price tag. I've seen it listed between $120 and $160 on their website. It's not yet listed on Amazon, so what I'll do is I'll leave a direct link to the Walabot website, and when they do eventually post on Amazon, I'll also include that down below. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Before you pass any judgment, no, I did not paint over top of wallpaper. That was something the previous owner left for me, and well, we just haven't gotten to renovating this room yet. But I wanted to try to hang something right here, but first, let me measure to see where the studs are. All right, let's try to find the studs that are in this wall. Put my Walabot on the wall. I'm gonna start scrolling across. Right here, it's telling me that I'm on a stud, so I'm going to mark right in the middle, because that's my first stud. Scroll for the other one. Oh, it's interesting. It actually tells me there's like a pipe right around in there. That's kind of cool. What's interesting is it just said there was some wood right here, but then it stopped. So let's keep rolling. It tells me there's some more wood right here. Looks like another stud. That's all I really needed were the two. But I'm interested to know what this was, so I'm going to look inside the wall with my endoscope. So I drilled a small hole, and I'm going to put my endoscope in there, and all this is the camera with the light on the end, because I want to see what I noticed was here, and then something else a little bit later. Let's check it out on the screen. As we're looking right here on the wall, you can see that those are pipes, and the Walabot sure said, yes, there are some pipes. Let's keep looking in this wall. Hopefully the picture stays clear. So here's where the wood was detected, that's not really a stud, sort of, but it is. You can see the wood that goes across, but there's a space about a ½ inch between the actual drywall and the wood, so the Walabot actually detected that. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Walabot DIY 2. And in this video, I left a sneak preview of an upcoming video. When it posts, it's going to be located down there. But until then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link my original review of the Walabot DIY Plus right up here. And I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at this review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.